Indonesia Open Super 1000 event, the second of the 3 Super 1000 events on the HSBC BWF World Tour. Well, after Jonathan Christie's victory against Hans Christian Wietinghus, we turn our attention to the defending champions in the men's doubles. Marcus Fernaldi Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya SUKAMULJO up against Sairaj Rankireddy and Shiraj Shetty of India. Well, this is obviously the top half of the draw because it features the #1 seeds, the defending champions Gideon and SUKAMULJO. None of the men's doubles matches have been concluded yet, but in this half of the draw are the champions from 2 years ago, Li Junhui and Li Yuchen. Former champions, 2 former champions in the top half of the draw. One pair in the bottom half of the draw, former champions Mohammad Hassan and Hendra Setiawan, who, if you were with us earlier, you will have seen go through to the quarterfinal once more with victory over the Germans Landsfuss and Seidel. So here are the defending champions, Marcus Fernaldi Gideon and Kevin Sanjaya SUKAMULJO. And their opponents, the young Indian pair, Sairaj Rankireddy and Shiraj Shetty. So the Indian pair already this year have done better than they've ever done before. This is their 3rd consecutive appearance here at the Indonesian Open. And prior to this year, never won a match. Well, they won a match in the first round here. This will be the 6th meeting between these 2 pairs, and if you're an Indian fan, best look away because they have not beaten their opponents. They have won one game, that was in the Asian Games men's team competition in this very arena, but they've never won a match against the world #1s, the Indonesian pair. For this man, Marcus Fernaldi Gideon, he's making his 10th consecutive appearance here. He and his partner are enjoying their 3rd consecutive year as the #1 seeds, and as far as being world #1s are concerned, this is their 107th week in total as world #1s. It's their 3rd different spell. They were the #1 seeds last year when they won, beating Inoue and Kaneko in the final. 2 years ago, they were #1 seeds and lost in the first round to Astrup and Rasmussen, who were the #8 seeds this year, but withdrew before the start of play. So as you can see, SUKAMULJO is the younger of the 2 men by 5 years. And extraordinarily, in the very first round, we had a repeat of last year's final because their opponents, once again, were Inoue and Kaneko. But in the first round here this year, they needed 3 games to win, whereas in the final last year it was 2 straight games, 13 and 16. So to the Indian pair, and Sairaj, yes, he really is only 18 years of age, although he'll turn 19 next month, from Umalapuram in Andhra Pradesh state on the southeast coast of India. His partner turned 22 last month from Mumbai, or Bombay as it used to be called. And they are down 1 place in the world ranking this week, down to 20, but as you can see have been as high as 16. Won the Brazil International Challenger event earlier this year. That was their first tournament for 5 months after an injury to Rankireddy. Beat the Malaysian pair, as you can see, of Go and Zudin in 3 games in an hour in their first round encounter. And the reason that the Indian pair have not been playing for so long, since the Saeed Modi final at the end of last year, as we look at our court officials. Kelly Hoare, the umpire, and Eddie Susanto from Singapore. Is because RANKIREDDY fractured his sternum, his chest bone, while enjoying a holiday and playing with his brother, I think it was, or maybe it was his friend and mate of his. Well, playing in the water, broke his chest bone. That's rather unlucky. Rather unfortunate for him as far as the Olympic build-up has been concerned, because he and his partner had to withdraw from 5 different tournaments earlier this year. Here's Kelly Hoare, our umpire.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, RANKIREDDY, SHETTY, India. And on my left, GIDEON, SUKAMULJO, Indonesia. SUKAMULJO to serve to RANKIREDDY. Love all. Play.
So the defending champions, GIDEON and SUKAMULJO. Oh my goodness me. Put him on the head, first rally of the match. She apologises. SUKAMULJO won't like that.
Instant feedback on the service quality.
Oh, service fault. Oh, Judge Donovan moved his foot. Well, that's extraordinary.
Lifting it up. Yeah. Either one. Keep them both flat. Doesn't matter.
Well, your feet don't have to be flat on the ground. You just mustn't move your feet, mustn't drag. So if you look at GIDEON right now, as long as he's not dragging that back foot or jumping in the air, then it's perfectly legal.
Service over.
Oh goodness me, what a start to the match.
Yep.
Now, Steen, in the build-up, I said that the Indian pair had taken their opponents to 3 games once during their 5 losses from 5 encounters, and that was here at the Asian Games men's team competition. Did you actually see that match?
No, I don't recall it. So
No.
I don't think I've seen it.
Have you ever seen these 2 pairs play against
I
each
haven't
other?
seen them play each other.
3, 2.
Well, that makes my question rather redundant, because I was about to say, what do they need to do differently from what they've done before to start making inroads? But obviously,
But I can say what I think they need to do, because I've seen them play
go on then.
other combinations. I think SHETTY and RANKIREDDY, they've got to get out of the service situation well. That means that avoid mainly Kevin SUKAMULJO scoring on the follow-ups on the services. And now we've had 1 footfall to RANKIREDDY and 1 service error by SHETTY, so that doesn't bode well. And then they've got to be on the attack. They've got a good steep attack, the 2 Indians. And when they're in the defense, they've got to be able to withstand the attacks from both GIDEON and SUKAMULJO from the back court. They need to push their defense forward, in my opinion, so they can turn around quickly, because it's not one of their strong points, the defense.
Service over. 5-4. Service over. 5-all.
Fantastic quick racket movements there from Kevin SUKAMULJO. That's how we're used to seeing him. front court. I think the result 2 years ago where they lost in the first round to Astrup and Rasmussen is one of the results that sort of is to be taken out if you should make a statistic about it, because I think that Kevin SUKAMULJO at that time was struggling severely with his shoulder. I think it was the rotator cuff or something at that point. So it's a little bit of an odd result.
Yeah.
But then again, they haven't done that well this year. Have they won a tournament? I don't think they've won a tournament this year.
Yes, they have. They won the Malaysian Masters.
Malaysian earlier on, yeah.
And the Indonesian Masters in this very arena.
So they started well, but since then they haven't won a tournament.
No.
And that is a little bit unusual compared to how many tournaments they won last year.
Last year, they were in 10 finals from 14 tournaments played, winning 9 of those 10 finals. That's extraordinary.
So normally, in my opinion, they would be huge favorites here on home soil, but I'm just not sure how the shuttle speed will play into that at the moment. Just with Half and I watched Lee and Liu, the world champions from China, defeat another Indonesian pair on one of the adjacent court, and they had no problems standing their ground in the defense, the Chinese pair there. So it could be a really interesting tournament in women's doubles.
Service over. 10-8.
Oh, lucky return of serve.
Service over.
Or is that good skill?
9-10.
I think mostly lucky, but it's also something the players practice in.
Yeah.
Going so close to the net that number of times it touches the top of the tape and rolls over.
So to the mid-game interval, the defending champions with a 2-point advantage here in the opening game. It's all happening in double quick time. Only 3 tournaments so far this year for RANKIREDDY and SHETTY. To just put in perspective the fact that the Indonesians haven't been so outstanding this year as they were during 2018, we ought to mention that they've been in 3 finals from 6 previous tournaments played. 50% of the tournaments they played, they reached the final.
That's the way it is. The expectations have risen to these 2 players, but it's not like they're considering splitting them, I think.
Service over. 10-11.
Off the top of the tape.
Service over. 12-10.
So here's another fun fact for you, Steen. This pair, GIDEON and SUKAMULJO, the last 4 tournaments they played in Istora Senayan, in this very arena.
They've won it.
They've won. Last year, the Indonesian Masters, then the Indonesian Open, and then the Asian Games.
And the Indonesian Masters this year,
Yeah.
Service over. 11-12.
French, who held a gold medal point against them.
Yeah.
The Asian Games, that was a magnificent final.
So the Indian pair back level. Oh. Good placement of the smash.
Service over. 13-12.
Well on.
Yeah, and really well played by the two Indian players here, because one of the areas that is exploitable with Kevin and Marcus is when Kevin is at the front, Marcus at the back court. If you can get it past Kevin and target the backhand side of Gideon, then there is some possibilities. It's not like it's a winner or anything. You still have to work really, really hard, but you get more opportunities from that particular area of the court.
Oh my goodness, take that. What a smash.
15-13.
He almost had it, Shetty.
Yeah, you might as well take it. Drift was bringing it back in.
Yeah. We've seen twice when SUKAMULJO was smashing first on RANKIREDDY and this time on Shetty. I mean, they were not even ready in the defense for his attack.
The speed of his racket work is astonishing.
It seems like it's gone up.
13.
Yeah.
Which I would have deemed impossible before seeing it.
Service over. 14-17.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Service over.
Oh, you don't often see that.
18.
No.
But that's just an indication of how bad the drift is. That shuttle moved. I could see it moving.
And it's not a good feeling, I can tell you, to
No.
make an air shot in Historia Sedan against Kevin SUKAMULJO and Marcus Gideon.
Oh, backhand smash with full pirouette. And then a lovely little block there from Gideon. 13 all, and promptly set for the next 8 points to have 6 game point opportunities.
Service over.
I seem to
15,
remember a
20.
2014 lead for an Indonesian player in our last match.
Yeah. That's not going to happen here.
I don't think my nerves could take it. It's gone wide. You were right, Steve. It didn't happen. Second game point opportunity converted due to the error by the Indian pair. That lift going wide, taken with the drift from Shetty. And the opening game, 21-15 in 13 minutes. Renats. Players keen to get on with this, but I tell you, we'll have our full 2-minute timeout.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Second game, love all, play.
That's right. Steen, I want to pick up on a point you were making in the opening game when you said that GIDEON and SUKAMULJO had started the year well, winning the first 2 tournaments of the year that they played. They then reached the final of the Badminton Asia Championships in Wuhan, and they lost that final to Indo Watanabe, 21-18, 21-3. Now, I can remember our colleague Morten Frost saying to me, how on earth was that possible? What happened? Did they give up? They didn't give up. They were just soundly beaten. Yeah. And I just wondered if that was triggered almost a crisis in confidence after being beaten so badly against that Japanese pair.
Perhaps it's definitely a scoreline that hurts. I was just thinking in the first game, since we saw the racket speed of Kevin SUKAMULJO and his smashes coming through clean through the Indian defense, I would like to be in the Indonesian machine room to see what are they working on, because they must realize that almost all the big events are played in big arenas that play slower than especially this arena here. So what are they going to do in terms of World Championships, which they haven't won, in terms of Olympics in 2020 in Japan, where we saw last year Musashino Sports Plaza was playing a bit slow. We'll get a good look next week, where it's almost the same time of the year. But they've got to consider that. They've got to expect slow playing conditions at the Olympics next year. Yeah. How are they going to cope with that? They need to get stronger physically, in my opinion.
Fascinating. Well, certainly no crisis in confidence at the moment. The Indonesian pair. The thought process that triggered that, Steen, was of course because we've just had the most magnificent Wimbledon men's singles final with Roger Federer, and I can remember when Roger Federer was going for his 6th consecutive Wimbledon title, and he lost a tremendous final to Rafa Nadal, and Roger was quite clearly the #1 player in the world. He then lost, I think it was in Cincinnati and Miami, went off to the Beijing Olympics. He then recorded his first ever loss to James Blake of America. And I sat there and thought about it, how can somebody who's so clearly the best, and how so many people admire, suddenly appear to have had their bubble of confidence just burst by one result.
But I think that's a very good point there, and I've seen a quote somewhere, I can't remember where I went, saying self-confidence is a very fragile thing. And it takes very, very little to take it away, and for some it takes a lot to regain it. For others it goes a lot quicker. But this thing, I mean, what they wanted after losing to Watanabe and Endo was to play them again 2 hours later in the basement and see, it's not right, we can beat you.
10.
Otherwise you start thinking, what now? Have they got our number? Have the others developed?
Yeah.
Are they coming after us? What's going on here?
Yeah. Well, they certainly look full of confidence at the moment, but I do think that loss in Wuhan did have an effect on them in their next tournaments. Singapore and Malaysia.
Service over.
And the thing is that Singapore and Malaysia should also sort of benefit GIDEON and SUKAMULJO and their playing style, because it's also arenas with severe amount of drifting.
Service fault called. Too high. Service
So
over.
another service fault called
Interval.
on Shetty. And that gives the 11th point of the game. It was along the back line there anyway, the double service line. Therefore, it's a 7-point advantage for the defending champions in the second game.
Code 1, 20 seconds. Code 1, 20 seconds. Rank ready. 11-4. Play.
We talked, didn't we,
4.
yesterday, Steen, about the mixed doubles with Rankireddy, and we talked about the fact that they didn't look match fit.
Yeah.
And I have to say,
It's the same here.
it's the same here, isn't it?
Service over. 5-12.
And that went under the net.
Service over. 13-5.
Oh my goodness, that can't be serious.
Was that
it's,
long?
it's called long. How on
Service over.
earth did he play that third shot? Look, it's gone
6-13.
way past him. Oh, I would have challenged that. That could have been the shot of the tournament.
7-13. Vote. 8-13. Service over. 14-8.
Good rally. Yeah.
Service over. 9-14.
Well left.
They've not at all
Service
been able to
over.
keep
15.
Kim and SUKAMULJO out of the match. No one really is, but they must keep him more out of the match than they've done so far. He's been way too dominant in the game.
Do you think that Kevin's dominance, especially at the front of the court, has also had a direct effect on SHETTY, because normally I think of him.
He's a good front court player.
Very good front court player.
I think so. He's up against a better player than himself here.
Yeah.
He can't win the front court like he normally tries to and is successful in doing a number of times. Here he gets punched in the nose.
Yeah.
Service over. 10-17.
Yeah, no, that's nicely done.
11-17.
Yeah, that's, well, pity for him, he missed that last one. But at least he was going for it.
He was going for it. I'm thinking, basically the two Indian players here, they have a more European, in quotation marks, a more European playing style. They play in a way that we normally see the Europeans play. They go a lot for the attack and control of the game. Skill-wise, doesn't have exactly the same racket skills in terms of speed of movement and so on, but using their height. It's actually, in my opinion, interesting that they more lean towards the European playing style, even of Sosunov playing style.
Well, there's been a challenge. Indonesians thought it might have caught the line. Can't tell from that because it was the sideline in question. Here we go.
Challenge
It was a good call up by the line judge.
One challenge remaining. 19-11.
No, it was a wrong call by the line judge.
Yeah.
Do beg your pardon. Oh, it's landed in. Drift didn't take it that time.
12-19.
Disappointment all too obvious from RANKIREDDY.
20 match point.
Just off the pace slightly, and it makes a huge difference. So match point opportunities for the defending champions.
Hey, good catch by GIDEON.
Service over. 13-20.
The body of SUKAMULJO.
14-20.
Service error from SHETTY gifts the match to the defending champions. 21-15, 21-14. the final score, much to the delight of the fans here in the Stordal Stadium.
Marcus Rinaldi, Gideon Kevinson, SUKAMULJO, 21-15, 21-14.
Not even half an hour for that encounter. Well, he had 2 service faults and 2 service errors. SHETTY in that match. 4 gifted points. Will take nothing away from the defending champions. Gideon and SUKAMULJO safely through to the quarter-final. 21-15, 21-14 in 28 minutes.